What's going to be one family support big welcome back to my Black Universe. So here we are again with another video. Um, Following up on the Kendrick Lamar performance, a lot more thoughts people had, a lot more symbolisms, a lot more breakdowns, and Easter eggs. So I think this is gonna be the last one I do. There's so much content revolving around Kendrick Lamar. I think these are some of the better clips that entail some of the thoughts and the feelings people have, whether they don't like it, they're indifferent, or they did like the performance. So I don't want to keep belaboring the issue and beating the dead horse like I said before. Also, do not forget, family, to go to the channel and head over to this video right here.
Check this out.
Like my own stuff. This video right here, family. We're getting more views on it, which means we're getting more reach. Make sure you go down to this link. And I had someone ask about it before. When you go to the link, and you see it, it's gonna have show more, right? And start a script or read more. This is what you need to copy and paste to put in on this website. Hit the comment section. So do that, family. Do that, do that, do that. We are trying to, we're going to get reparations, but we need to make sure we have the documentation side of it shored up. Yes, you need to have your lineage intact. You have to be foundational Black American. You have to come from the killing fields of slavery here in America. Yes. But we also need to make sure the paperwork that we have with the government is on point and that nobody can swindle that and most of their way in or nudge their way in and slide in and get resources put it to another group. That'll muddy things up. That'll make it difficult for us because then they'll try to say, well, you're doing it for the race instead of for the lineage. So make sure you are doing your part, family. We can't say, hey, we want this, that, and other, and we don't have the paperwork ready to get everything done in a decent and orderly manner. Get that done ASAP. You have 6 days. It's the 12th of February. You have 6 days to 11:59 Eastern time to get that done before they shut down all the comments. And there's so many comments. Oh, well, these are document comments, so I'm not worried about that. You get it done, family. Let's get it done. Let's not delay what's owed to us, so we can make sure we are good when it's time for reparations to roll out. All right, you want to make sure you're on point. So I want to start with this brother. His name is King Gianti. He is a Haitian, of Haitian descent. I've seen him on TikTok a few times. A few back and forths he had. He used to have a lot of back and forths with Moses the prophet here out of Texas, discussing women's roles and stuff like that. But he had something to say about the performance from the Super Bowl.
How much you want to bet after Kendrick's performance? You're going to see a flux of white people in the comment section talking about it's the worst performance in history because you saw a bunch of black guys with locks on stage. How much you want to bet?
There are some white folk that didn't like it. They didn't understand it. I believe what's his name? The little whiny dude. Ah, Ben Shapiro. Little nasally whiny voice. I'm a music connoisseur, Beethoven. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Nobody likes you.
Okay, you know what? Maybe Lil Wayne could have done it. Maybe because Kendrick, why was you doing the deep cut long verses from your new album? We wanted more hits. We wanted more guest appearances. Like the background dancers was cool, but at some point they was doing the same dance over. We get it. They're gonna go into formation, go like this, and then march out the formation. Like okay, but you out of breath rapping 300 chapters worth of verses instead of just hitting us with the hits.
By the way, Susie, by the way, Cynthia Luciette, she is half white. I like her. She's funny. Skits, funny. Some of her takes I find funny, but she is half white. They say lineage matters. It does. Who you grew up around matters. It does. Who your parents are matter. It does. It absolutely does. What he did was not for. It was message first, entertainment last, and I think it conveyed what it needed to convey. Now, somebody was stating that Kendrick couldn't do all the hits like from the album Damn, and he couldn't do it because it's TDE contracts, but he did perform one of the tracks from Damn, which is Humble. He performed that. So that dude said that, but then I don't think he really thought it all the way through. And I was gonna add those clips, but like I said, I don't want to keep going through this again and again and again and again and just kind of hammering the issue. Unless you guys want another video where I break all that down. So yeah, I like Cynthia Luciette, pretty sister. But yeah, it does matter. Your lineage does matter because how you view things is typically based on your experiences, interpersonal experiences, experiences that your parents have, and what they teach you. So not denigrating your sister, lovely sister. Just the Negroes who want to be entertained all the time. You get concerned for them.
That's what it's about. This is not your concert. I don't want to see just you and SZA singing, lip syncing. I don't. Y'all going on tour together. Save that shit for the tour. Tour your new album. It was dope having Samuel be a narrator. That was lit. I don't think we've had a narrator for the Super Bowl halftime. That was hella creative. Serena Crip walking. That shit was dope. The way you kept teasing, not like us, like, I'm gonna do it, then you did it. The crowd, I never get tired of hearing the whole crowd yell, "Hey, minor!" But, bruh, this shit started to feel like a Shakespeare play. It was so damn long. I'm like, where's Lil Wayne? Licking like a lollipop.
Mm. Mm. What you guys think? Let me know.
Long as my bitch love, babe. I like, Wayne would have had that bitch turned up. Damn.
I don't know, family. What you guys think?
They made the wrong decision, I think. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kendrick should have just performed Not Like Us at the Grammys. That would have been dope. We did not need a whole halftime show just to hear Not Like Us. That's all. I'm sorry. The Eagles gonna win. What the fuck is the Chiefs doing? Bye.
Really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Well, what's that even mean? It's the end of the Civil War, right? And General Sherman has all these black troops that have just been freed.
All right, brother. What now?
He calls this meeting with a bunch of black ministers to determine what black people's future will be.
Oh, what's that?
What can I do for you?
What you say? I couldn't hear you.
What can I do for you?
He said what he can do for me. How he can serve me. How it feel, General? How it feel?
Yeah, we're gonna need some land education and for all y'all white people to leave us alone. Sherman had Lincoln approve Special Order 15, which gave 40 acres of land to black families.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're gonna govern your own land in the United States.
So why don't all black people have land now?
When Lincoln was assassinated, his successor overturned the order and gave the land back to the people who started the dang war in the first place. And the promise of 40 acres and a mule was stripped from black people in less than a year.
And it's upsetting me and my homegirls because it's like, dang, if you can have 40 acres and a mule, where else could you go?
No, wait! Before you go, you might think this was just a long time ago, but this act, along with the decades-long of discrimination and restrictions, has still affected black people's wealth today. The typical white family still has 6 times as much wealth as the typical black family. One thing you can do to acknowledge this is by shopping black-owned businesses.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I told you I'm gonna try to make sure we support this black-owned. Shout out to my dude. Brand's not born for war. I'm gonna try to tag his brand down below or in the post edit. I'll try to put his brand up there. I don't know if he's still doing it. I hope he does. I think it's Teague. Teague. Oh, let me. Hold on. I just saw an email from Deonu, which is it's black owned. It's an African based brand. And I've had it on the channel. I like their design stuff. They're doing loyalty points now. So there's something to note. I think this brand is I'm typing in Teague Clothing, yes. Simon or Simeon Teague. I met their brother. He was in Georgia, and he moved to Texas. I was like, yo, what you doing? Said, most of my customers down here. My biggest customer, so I came to Texas. So it looks like, well, once again, all right. I don't know if he's restructuring, but like his store is down. The site is down for now. I'll throw a link to his IG though. Like he's still on his IG from time to time. So shout out to him. And if I see him down, man, it's just one individual can only support a business so much. It takes a collective. It takes a customer base. One person can't be your customer base. They can be a customer, but not your customer base. And so when you meet certain people that's hustling and trying to do it, and I ordered, and I think he was in the process of moving. Now, he must say, well, actually, bro, I can meet you. He's like, man, so he's like, I'm in town. I was like, okay. He's like, can you meet me? I was like, hey, I can meet you. Because I was, at the time, working for Siemens. I was field service engineer. So pretty much drive everywhere I go for work. So I'm already out driving. He met up with me. We got a chance to chop it up. Great conversation. And I got what I needed. So, and that was a couple years ago. That was, 2 years ago, roughly about summertime. So when you meet and you have these experiences and talk with business owners, and you double back to see what they got going on, to see if they got anything new, and things kind of come to a halt, it sucks to an extent, right? It sucks because the customer service was there. So it is what it is. But I ain't trying to bring the energy down.
Here are a few sites to get you started. Like history is your history.
Now, for those who are looking at this, that is not just, I think it's a double entendre what Kendrick is doing with that. Because I saw some other people talk about it and say PG Lane. And if you know anything about K-Dot, he's talked about PG Lane. So that small a or minor a or a minor, double entendre is that's an icon logo for PG Lane. And PG Lane is short for program language. So I'm not sure what K-Dot's doing with that. I'm going to have to look that up. I might throw that in another video here in a second. But yeah, PG Lane, that's a part of that as well. So you got the A minor, that's the first thing you think of. But then when you look at it, which is a great marketing ploy right here, I keep showing you this icon. Later on, you see the A, that's A minor, and then you hear PG Lane, and you see it associated. Hey, ain't that Kendrick stuff? Don't Kendrick have that? Didn't he show that in the Super Bowl? So that's great marketing. That's actually great marketing.
Well, the moment y'all been waiting for. Kendrick Lamar is still cosplaying revolutionary and doing what? And what is he doing? Oh, propaganda. As someone from LA, specifically Watts, California, down the street from Compton, I've been a big fan of Kendrick Lamar for quite a long time. And I'm not going to act like it wasn't an amazing show. Like seeing Drake getting called a PDF file and singing A minor with the whole stadium. Chef's kiss. But the way in which Kendrick Lamar cosplays revolutionary, it just can never sit right with my spirit. Because he almost acts like him just being on the stage and calling out Drake is some form of revolutionary. He literally says in the show, oh, the revolution will be televised. Y'all got the wrong one. And seconds later, has niggas play out the American flag. And I get it, like, it's nuance, right? But black people were claiming the American flag?
Yes, foundational Black Americans, we are claiming the American flag. We built this country. We're doing that. And he clearly looks mixed. He looks mixed, y'all. And he's in say Watts, he's probably half Latino, more than likely. Heck, he might be black and white. But he's clearly mixed.
I've been wanting Kendrick to pick a side for a long time, and the truth is he already did. He is not for no true revolution. He is watering down revolutionary politic and funnel it back into what? America, right? Which just makes black people more complacent in a system that is built on and maintained by their oppression. He went from high power visions of Martin Luther staring at me to I am not your savior to, oh, 40 acres and a mule. This revolution is televised. Nigga, this is not it.
I don't want to hear you say nigga no more. I'm like, K Dot. It's just so, yeah. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Like, no more, bro. I don't want to hear that. It don't sound right. The more K Dot speaks, the more he makes sense. If people want K Dot to go out there and get gunned down, they want him to go out and get gunned down. That's what they want. They want him to, like, if you really go out there and get shot up and put your life on the line in a way that makes us feel better. What he did with this was give the correct message in a way that black folk will immediately catch it, and white folk who watch black folk heavily would catch it. And I'm gonna show you that later in this video. You're gonna see that. Everyone, oh, he's all about Drake. It's all about Drake. Yeah, people want to hear Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. Because Drake was like, I don't want him to sing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. I'm gonna make sure I do it. But every other song he did, and the way he did it, he set it up. He's like, hey, this basically it's a Charles Gambino's "This Is America" played out right there in front of us.
Sorry, it's not. He really has more in common with this Uncle Sam ass nigga that Samuel L. Jackson was playing. But what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section.
That was a statement, not a performance. And so many people are missing it by saying worst performance in Super Bowl history when it was so much more than that. The symbolism. He literally said, this is bigger than music. Like, are y'all missing it? Are y'all missing the point here? Uncle Sam being Samuel L. Jackson telling everyone to stay in line and that that's what they want. And all the other iconic cameos which describe minority struggles with being seen as too abrasive whenever they're just
black struggles.
Just fighting for their freaking rights. Kendrick saying the revolution about to be televised, you picked the right guy at the wrong time, which is a nod to Gil Scott-Heron, who said the revolution won't be televised. The people standing in a formation of the American flag, which was split in half during Humble. Like, how are y'all missing it? And then the lights in the crowd lighting up to say, warning, wrong way, with the American flag beside it, which just symbolizes America going backwards. Like, come on. Not to mention the smirk when he said, hey Drake, and his necklace being the music note A minor. I know I'm not the right messenger for this, but honestly, it was just pure art. The amount of time that he had to put this together in is insane, and he absolutely killed it.
I told you, just not too long ago, the folk that watch black folk heavily and study us, they pick up on this stuff. Another reason for us to show ourselves up, because I did a video talking about foundational white Americans. And some of y'all, comment, like, ain't no such thing. So we had a space. I want to say he posted it last week or the week prior. And there was somebody in this space talking about, well, us foundational white Americans. He's like, there's no such thing. They keep saying it over and over again for a reason. It starts out as a joke. The first time we heard it, it was something funny, hilarious. They do it on Tariq's stage because he has a large platform. Okay, that's the first time. The conversation they're having though among themselves and watching us, they're following suit. Well, they're foundational black Americans. We should be foundational white Americans. Well, how are you foundational to this country when you didn't build it? You're still an immigrant. Well, they're trying to set a tone and set a precedent. Well, if you weren't a part of the Mayflower, then you can't be found. Literally, this is what they're saying. So get ready for that, and get ready for white folk like her and other ones to start taking on that moniker and saying, well, this is a part of our lineage, and so we should get something too. That's ultimately what it's going to lead to. How do we get more resources? How do we get more resources? If we finna get these black folk this amount of resources, how do we get more so we can keep the economic pecking order with us at the top and them at the bottom?
And you cannot change my mind.
Kendrick Lamar is the modern day Moses, here to free the Israelites. Don't understand what I'm saying? Welcome to the cookout. You see, to pimp a butterfly, he told us that we was gonna be all right. He also told us that he was in his hotel room, almost losing his mind because the influences of Lucy, aka Lucifer. Pay attention. And
some people think it's more so Lucian Grange. His influences was, as you know, Lucian Grange is I believe he's the CEO of UMG. Yep, CEO of Universal Music Group. He looked weird. I'm sorry, family. I said it out loud.
damn, probably one of the best albums of all time. He was telling us how he discovered he was an Israelite. He was telling you that you were an Israelite. And to be in God's graces, you have to be obedient to the laws and the commandments. Stay with me. In G and X, he called out the JEWs and all of the culture vultures for stealing our style and our culture. He also called out your favorite rapper for being a PDF file, literally ending that man's career. He also told you that this is the revolution. He also told you that we were indigenous. He also told you that we built those pyramids. Stay with me. You see, judging by the course of history, usually our leaders don't say these type of things and then get to promote it and say it and perform at the Super Bowl like Kendrick did. You see, he's the blue, they're the white, they're the red. He's representing all of us. You don't even peep, this guy right here look just like Kendrick. Representing us in his many different forms. Pay attention. You see, Kendrick didn't just speak in front of us and the whole entire world, but Kendrick, aka Moses, for this story's purpose, spoke in front of the Pharaoh, aka President Donald Trump. And what did he say? He said, "Let my people go." Just in a modern day version. Welcome to the cookout.
What people are
now, fam, what y'all think about that? I don't, I'm not sure about a lot of what the brother said, but what you guys think about that? Now, this brother right here has already admitted. I've seen another video he had. He is a Drake fan, huge Drake fan, and he has something to say.
are not getting, right? Most of his classics, for instance, Swimming Pools, All Right, Don't Kill My Vibe, Poetic Justice, even though that involves Drake, so that was never going to be there. Good Kid, Mad City. Those songs, him throwing those songs in there don't help the message that Kendrick was trying to put out there, if y'all see what I'm trying to say. And these are things that you really have to think about after the obvious elephant in the stadium, dang near. Kendrick didn't perform no hits. I didn't know what songs he was going to sing, but in my mind, my favorite Kendrick Lamar song is All Right. Like, all-time #1 song. But over the course of his, like, performance, when I seen that he wasn't performing any classes, I'm like, okay, Kendrick Lamar probably, he has to have something up his sleeve, bro. Kendrick Lamar has been known to put on a lot of controversial performances. I don't see why he wouldn't do this for the Super Bowl. And most of the things that have been, like, broken down from Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, a lot of it makes sense. So a few things that's reached a little bit, not gonna lie to you, but most of it makes sense. And now, as we know all these things, because Kendrick knew that Kendrick probably knew that he probably knew that most of the world was gonna think that his set was trash, but he also knew that there was gonna be the millions of people that was also gonna take his halftime performance, go study it, break it down, and then realize that it was a beautiful display and that it made perfect sense.
And that it did. And that it did. I think that's the message he wants to convey. And a lot of folk, the ones like the Cynthia Luciettes, are like, nah, I want to party. You supposed to make sure I party and dance. And nah, every time one of us gets the microphone, it doesn't not have to be a party. It don't have to be a sermon either. It's got to be balanced. Everything can't be party, shake your ass. Balance. We have to have balance.
The more that I rewatch this performance, the more that I realize this is a clear call for a revolution. Not only does he come up and say that this revolution will be televised, you picked the right time but the wrong guy. You have Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam, who is the embodiment of America. When he asked, do you know how to play the game? That is America physically asking Kendrick if he knows how to. There are many layers to that statement because he is a black man in America, but it is also a statement to every American in this country who is participating in this flawed ass system that is keeping all of us under. The stage is a video game. We are the game pieces. And while we fight amongst each other, only the elite win. The revolution will not be televised. And a revolution is a lot more than just saying that a revolution is happening. It's people realizing that the game is over, that it's time to turn the TV off, and that it's time to get to work. But a revolution takes everybody getting on board. It takes everyone realizing that this is happening. And so
I'm gonna push back against that one thing. Not everyone. You need a critical mass of people. You don't need everyone. Because you get people in here inside that will dissipate the energy. Think of the Black Panthers. You had everyone in there. And what happened to the Black Panthers? They were dismantled from the inside. You bring in the Asians and Hispanics, all this, where they, quote, they're down. And they're actually not. They're agents, literally agents. You had Negroes who were agents working against the Black Panthers. The reason why Fred Hampton was gunned down was because of a Negro agent. He was an agent working against what they were trying to achieve, and it cost that man his life, and he was young. And Hampton was in his 20s, I believe. What was he, 24? How old was let's see, Fred? Not even 21, family. 21 years old when he was gunned down in his sleep next to his pregnant wife. So yeah, fam, nah. You don't need everyone. Don't bring everybody. We're trying to bring everybody. Because really, I think people who want to bring everybody are folk who are scared. They're going to actually have to pick up arms and do something. You have to pick up a tool and do something. You have to pick up something. You have to pick up some trash. You have to pick up some produce. You have to pick up a gardening tool. You have to pick up a specialty tool and actually do something. I think a lot of folk want to have big numbers so they can hide in the masses and not do nothing. And no, you can't. To be effective, you can't do that. That's a cancerous type person that's going to literally work against everything you're trying to do because they're not helping contribute to the movement or what's going on, but they're extracting from the movement. And they're pulling nutrients from the body, being cancerous and causing it to break down because you get that person doing it, then another person does it, another person. They think they being sneaky, being slick. Next thing you know, you only have enough resources for start a number for 100 people, but you got 300 people there. Started one person not helping, now it's 200 people not helping, but you only got resources for 100 people because only 100 people put in the work.
In a way, this performance was him pretty much signaling what we all know. He just used his platform to call the elephant in the room.
So there's this compared to this.
First things first, that's the Super Bowl. Them people came in there to watch a football game and they stayed for the halftime performance. This is a dedicated concert. They are here to see Drake. Not the same. I think Angry Man Channel, they brother, I think he's a tether. I've seen a lot of his takes, and I think he said there was a sister who said, if you send your kids to a predominantly white school and move into a predominantly white neighborhood, you're saying it's for them, it's not for them, it's for you. And he was like, see, we're our own worst problem. This no, he's right. Why would you send your child to a place where they already have a designated culture for themselves? They have an enclave for themselves. When you send your child to go try to deal, you look, a lot of us struggle at our workplaces with microaggressions from the dominant society, and you send your child who's never lived life, they're literally growing up, to go deal with a culture, to go be in the center of that, you're a selfish ass individual. Cause I ain't trying to get no copyright strike. So if you see this clip and you don't hear the music, that's because YouTube was like, hey, you can't monetize this and it belongs to Drake. We're not gonna get money. Drake ain't get no money off of me. We don't care. Dedicated concert, Super Bowl with two football teams playing for who is the best, most dominant team of the season with a halftime act versus a dedicated 1 hour concert. Not the same, my guy.
The fact that people don't even get this part of the performance. A nation divided, American flag, Kendrick in the middle, and he rapped the song Be Humble. Duh, think about it, symbolism.
Here are the Easter eggs you might have missed in Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl bonanza. The performance begins with Uncle Sam, Ewell L. Jackson, an actor known for playing roles that represent the man. We see Kendrick set assembling the American flag, symbolizing that this very country was built by Black Americans. But think deeper. K-Dot did not spare the certified lawyer boy, Drizzy Drake. His chain was a lowercase a, or in other words, A minor. Serena Williams appeared to perform a local LA dance called the Crip Walk, a move she got in trouble for in her tennis career. But she is also Drake's ex-girlfriend. And where did she perform the dance? Right in the X. Now the whole stage was shaped like a PlayStation controller. But why? Well, think deeper. PlayStation is owned by Sony, the same company that owns Drake's label. You know they love to sue, indeed. See, this beef all started when Drake and J. Cole proclaimed they were the big three, and big as the what?
It did start before then. And people try to call Kendrick fake. I was in Afro Elites live on TikTok, and there was some Drake stands, two ladies. He's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. He gave you your first hit. Kendrick was new to the game on that side as a signed artist with music coming out. When you are new and you're first meeting people, you're like, oh man, it's just dope, appreciate it, woo woo woo. Here's the thing, as time goes on, people start revealing their true character. Drake, if you go look at Drake when he first came out to the Drake now, that Drake was the nerdy dude that could rap. The Drake that he started to become was like, I'm the edgy hood dude that'll pull up on you. I got that thing on me. He grew the beard out. Some people say he had got his nose done to have a certain look, to have, he started putting on size to get a look like, yeah, I'm really hard. I'm really that guy. And when you're in the industry and you were around producers work with pretty much anybody. You got your producers who, your beat makers and all that stuff, they work with pretty much anybody, producers and things of that nature, A&Rs and all that. And you get, these inner circles, you start seeing how people act and how they treat people when you're not around, where they feel like somebody's less than them. Well, you start formulating a different opinion about that person. Like, oh, you're not who I thought you were. I've had a revelation a couple times about a lot of cats I knew. I was like, when you see him in Jason Black says the best, money just makes you, it doesn't make you a bad person. It just amplifies it. Whatever you are, once you get a substantial amount of money, it gets amplified. So if you're a terrible person, a horrible person, a rude person, it'll just be amplified because you have more money. But if you're a kind person, a caring person, a respectable person, that'll get amplified because you have more money. So what we see Kendrick doing is now is calling out the person he learned Drake truly was. And that doesn't make him a hypocrite. If you hang with somebody and you find out they are a weird person, they a PDF file, you supposed to keep hanging out with them? I hope not.
Because the Super Bowl. Well, here we are. Kendrick's final full circle cheat code. Game.
Imagine getting selected as one of only 400 performers for the Super Bowl halftime show, a career-defining moment watched by 100 million people. Most would see this as their big break, right? But for Zulkarnain and Tambu,
I just broke this down. This dude right here it's the Haitian flag, and this is actually the Ethiopian flag. Ethiopian flag has a blue circle with like a gold star or something in the middle of it. Yeah. So that's the flag he got. I thought it was the Ghanaian flag. The Ghanaian flag is kind of similar in colors. They're flipped. So I was like, oh, that's Ghanaian, but no, it's the Ethiopian flag. I had to look again and correct myself in the video. So he's Haitian, Ethiopian, who lives in America, and he's this is old. This is old. Um, go back to my short. I'm not gonna pull it up. Just go back to my short. I had the newest screenshot of his IG. He has the American flag in there. It shows New Orleans. This is symbol they use New Orleans. American flag, then Haitian, then Ethiopian.
New Orleans-based hip-hop artist, producer, and fashion designer, he saw this as an opportunity to stand in solidarity towards causes that keep getting ignored in mainstream media. Instead of just dancing and potentially, elevating his career, he stood on top of a prop car and unveiled a Sudanese and Palestinian flag. And of course this came with an immediate cost. Now he has a lifetime ban on all NFL stadiums and events.
Here are the things. And she looked like she might be, Palestinian or Sudanese. Like she might be from at least over in that area. So now he says he's an LA creative director, and he broke down Kendrick's performance from a person from the LA area, and I thought it was interesting.
In Kendrick Lamar's show that I felt to be a big deal that nobody's talking about. Everybody and their mama doing videos, but I'm black and from LA and do creative direction for concerts and politics. Yes, Kendrick Lamar built the American flag out of black people in red, white, and blue. Black people built this country and did. But it also fits in with his album theme of uniting the people against mainstream force. The red was Bloods, blues was the Crips, and the white was Bay Area dudes wearing white shirts and gray bottoms, which is what we wear in prison. Prison is where LA and Bay Area come together and where we exchange our culture.
Kendrick wore that. Hold on. Kendrick. Not like us pictures. When he was doing those, not like us push-ups. When he was doing the push-ups. When he was doing the push-ups, I don't want to play the music. White tops, gray bottoms. I just thought about it. K-Dot, he's him.
And they literally had the Bay dudes doing the same thing they be doing in prison, where they do that one beat and it's always a dude from Oakland rapping over it. 2, yes, Samuel L. Jackson being Uncle Sam, who is a constant character in Kendrick Lamar's music going all the way back to To Pimp a Butterfly. Saying things like, don't be too ghetto, Kendrick. And if y'all don't know what a minstrel character is, it's the basis of the American and world entertainment system. It's where it all started, making fun of black people. And Samuel L. Jackson was definitely playing a minstrel character. Look it up. Which is really important in front of the president of the United States, a literal one wannabe dictator and the first time the president has ever been to the Super Bowl. And all your favorite NFL stars are saying it's an honor for the president to be here. Kendrick Lamar is clowning him. And
I don't know about that part because K-Dot already, shout out for Lee, he already made the point that Kendrick was already selected to be in Super Bowl during the election process. So Donald Trump wasn't even the president then.
Also holding the very challenging tension of like, how do I keep my job while saying what needs to be said? Speaking of,
because Trump was sworn in on the 20th, and this was on the 9th. That's not a lot of time to put a show together to try to quote clown somebody and have it that tight and that clean. I don't know.
Crips, you got Serena Williams on stage, Crip walking. Not only is she Kendrick's nemesis's ex, but she's also really from over there and tragically lost a sibling to violence over there. And I don't know if y'all remember that debate on if she was the greatest athlete in the world and is. So to have her representing in the biggest sports event of the world on some Compton shit, doing a tribal dance from Compton after being called all kinds of racist, sexist, anti-black woman names. Yeah, that matters, bro. Ultimately, Kendrick's whole thing right now is the people uniting against the mainstream, symbolized in part by his beef with Oh Boy, but was also highlighted throughout by him referring to himself as K-Dot, which is not his official name, but like his community name. Hell yeah to the Palestine and Sudan flag.
That was not, as I just showed you guys, that was not a part of the, was rehearsed. That's not part of that.
Shout out to Zool. And there's people saying he didn't do enough. But honestly, I feel like the way that he navigated the tension of the time with the position he's in front of the world's biggest audience.
So yeah, everybody keeps saying, oh man, we appreciate the Palestinians. That was not a part of the performance. Thus he got tackled and he's banned from everywhere.
Kendrick Lamar didn't just perform at the Super Bowl. He made a statement. His halftime show wasn't just about entertainment. It was about symbolism, storytelling, and pushing boundaries. The entire performance unfolded across 4 stages that were shaped like a PlayStation controller button. And that wasn't just a design choice. It was Lamar's way of showing his life as a video game, a journey through obstacles, survival, and resistance. While many people appreciated the artistry, others, especially some white viewers, felt confused.
White viewers. So when I say white, y'all better leave me alone. Because he said it.
Or even uncomfortable. Some white folks watched and thought that was cool. But others dug deeper, listened to black voices breaking down the symbolism, and realized just how layered the performance was.
Some of them breaking it down themselves. Now, could they have gotten it from a black person? Possibly. But like I said, like it's been stated before, for those of you who are consumers of the new black media, you know white folk been watching us. They've been watching us. They study us hard. That's why the Hidden Color series had to happen. Because they were studying us harder than we were studying us, and they knew all the secrets, all the hidden history. And shout out to Tariq for bringing it out, for putting it on Front Street and saying, hey, here's a hidden history packaged and delivered in a way that makes sense, that's going to catch your mind. And it's not no fluff. You're not here to be entertained, you're here to be educated, but it's impactful, it's quick, fast, the shooting style. Boom, here you go. Boom, here you go. Boom, here you go. So you can consume it, and you're not like, dang, man, it's like a sermon at church. No, this is informative, and I can get with this, and I'm glad he's, putting this on Front Street for us to see and learn about. They study us heavy. So don't you ever disillusion yourself. Man, white people ain't watching us. They're always watching us. They're always watching us, man. They study us heavy, whether they're watching us with malintent or good intent. We're being watched.
The American flag imagery, the way the dancers moved, and the subtle nods to Lamar's ongoing themes, it was all intentional. But some white folks weren't just confused, they were angry. Some were upset that there were no white performers, no white dancers, no obvious appeal to white audiences. People who usually claim they don't see color suddenly saw it everywhere. But why did it bother them? because this performance wasn't centered on them. It wasn't for them, by them, and about them.
He just tried to do a FUBU reference. For us, by us, for them, by them. And forgive me for yawning, family. The coffee ain't fully kicked in yet, but I had to get this done for y'all. So if y'all see me yawning, forgive me for that, man. We working.
It didn't ask their permission, seek their approval, or cater to their comfort. And that's unsettling.
Was more about their permission, their approval, or their comfort. And people, oh, he made this about Drake. It was all about Drake. This was a Drake. It was all about, no, y'all are Drake stands. Not even fans. Y'all are Drake stands. And y'all can't see anything past Drake. Why wasn't Drake performing? Drake should have performed. No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't.
When you're used to being in control. Seeing Samuel L. Jackson as a black Uncle Sam, watching a show that didn't need whiteness at its center, that flipped the usual power dynamic. It puts whiteness in the position of the observed, and for some, that was too much. This is the same discomfort some people felt when a black man walked into the White House. The same outrage that erupts whenever black joy exists outside of white validation. Because black joy, self-sustained, unbothered, and fully free, has always been seen as a challenge to white supremacy. But here's the thing. Art doesn't have to center us for us to appreciate it. We don't have to fully understand something for it to be valuable. Curiosity and humility go a long way. Instead of reacting with fear or frustration, we can choose to learn. So today, I'm grateful for the voices that helped me see what I missed. And I'm thankful for the artists, the activists, the storytellers who challenged me to think.
So, Black family, once again, appreciate you all for watching. Make sure you get the U.S. Census part done. That is so important. What the Corey King was saying, so important. So important. Make sure you do that. That needs to be done ASAP. Get that done, get that done, get that done. So we can have our documentation with the government in place. So when we do the census and everything like that, we can get better numbers, more accurate numbers. Who's American Negro, Foundation Black American, Freedman, Salon, whatever you call yourself, on that, don't get into tribalism. We're not gonna allow that to happen. But we need to have that done so we have our paperwork straight. Let's get our paperwork straight. So when it's time for reparations, you got your lineage paperwork and you have your government paperwork, and it's gonna make it a smoother process. But we have to do the work, family. We have to keep doing the work. The work is not done. It's not time to chill out. All right. Appreciate you all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace and Black empowerment.